Good evening and welcome to Trending Tonight, the only show on primetime Indian television where we care to explain the news behind the trend. I am Sanket Upadhyay. Through the course of the day today, we have heard a lot of response from the BJP and the Congress party on Facebook. There was a write-up in the Wall Street Journal which has created the storm. So before we move any further, let's first understand what has happened. Here is a presentation which will make it easy for you to understand the sequence of events through the course of the day. A growing political controversy after a report that suggested Facebook has a bias in favor of the BJP. A Wall Street Journal report had claimed that Facebook deliberately chose not to act on hate speech posted by BJP leaders, as well as right-wing voices on its platform after public policy head Ankit Das had warned that acting against such voices would hurt Facebook's business interests in India. Specifically, the article alleges that Das blocked action against BJP MLA Raja Singh for posting inflammatory remarks against Rohingya Muslims. Singh is a repeat offender when it comes to hate speech. Facebook issued a statement today saying, "We prohibit hate speech and content that incites violence, and we enforce the policies globally without regard to anyone's political position or party affiliation. While we know there is more to do, we are making progress on enforcement and conduct regular audits of our process to ensure fairness and accuracy." But in the Wall Street Journal article, a Facebook spokesperson conceded that Das had raised concerns about the political fallout from acting against Singh, but added her opposition was not the sole factor that determined whether the BJP politician should remain on the platform. As the controversy mounted, Ankit Das today linked the Wall Street Journal report with threats she's facing online. In a police complaint which names 5 people, she says the accused have intentionally vilified me due to their political affiliations and are now engaging in online and offline abuse, subjecting me to criminal intimidation and making sexually colored remarks. The BJP MLA mentioned in the article has claimed that he's not even on Facebook.
मेरा फेसबुक अकाउंट जो एक मेरा ऑफिशियल अकाउंट था 2018 में उस अकाउंट को हैक करके ब्लॉक कर दिया गया। मेरा सिर्फ एक ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब अकाउंट है और मेरा एक ऑफिशियल ट्विटर अकाउंट है।
The article has set off a fresh row between the BJP and the Congress.
देखिए, जहां तक राहुल गांधी जी का जो आरोप है वो तो रोज नित नए आरोप लगाते रहते हैं। वो एक असफल नेता है।
The Congress's Shashi Tharoor, who heads the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Information Technology, has said that the panel would like to investigate the issues raised. But the BJP's Tejaswi Surya, who is also part of the panel, has given a row a further twist. Tweeting, "Many have complained that Facebook is unfairly censoring many nationalist, pro-India and pro-Hindu voices. As member of the Standing Committee on IT, I will take it up with the concerned in appropriate forum. Please send me your complaints, if any, on this issue."
For Facebook, it's a row the social media giant would have preferred to steer clear of in its largest market in the world. In New Delhi, Arun Singh for NDTV.
All right, Jitin Jain is a cybersecurity expert, is with us. Rohan Gupta, chairman of the social media department and spokesperson of the Congress party, is going to join us in just a short moment. Raghav Chadha, Aam Aadmi Party MLA, because there are similar charges here in the national capital as well as far as the government is concerned. And Shubhrasta, founder and moderator of the Churn, is going to join us in just a short moment. Jitin Jain, let's begin with you first. We want to ask a very basic and simple question, which will be on your screen right now. We'll put the question on your screen right now. The question that we want to ask as far as this debate is concerned. We'll put the question. Is Facebook biased? I think at the end of this story, everybody would want to know this. Is Facebook biased? Biased towards political parties or biased towards their business, that whoever means business, they will serve that business interest. Jitin Jain, I want to come to you now. What do you think is the real story? Did the Facebook actually dish out favors for the Bharatiya Janata Party? So we've got all our guests as well. Yes, Jitin.
But yeah, so every social media company, be it Twitter, Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp, whatever, or Twitter you could say, they are clearly biased towards business. They are here to generate more revenues. But are they politically biased? I think this is a very unsubstantiated charge to make, because you see, 3 years ago it was BJP which was accusing Twitter of being politically biased to censor right-wing content. It was Congress which was trying to hire Cambridge Analytica to run social media campaigns on Facebook. Then it was BJP which was claiming Facebook, accusing Facebook that their trends are not getting trended on Facebook and Twitter on both the platforms, and Facebook and Twitter are censoring the right-wing content. Now Congress is accusing Facebook of having a pro-BJP bias. I think these are seasonal accusations. Whichever political party loses, they prefer the social media platforms to be the best scapegoat of their incompetence. So I think all parties across political spectrum, they spend thousands of crores of rupees on all the platforms, and they do every trick in that available in the book to do all dirty laundry campaigns, dirty campaigning works. They will run fake pages, they will run fake accounts, and if you talk about Facebook, I think just before 2019 elections,
Jitin, you mean all?
including BJP and Congress. What is there to hide? I think it was Facebook itself, which just before 2019 elections, they took down, I think, 1,000 odd pages related to BJP IT cell, and I think another 1,500 pages related to Congress IT cell, which were run under the fake proxy names to avoid attribution and, this expenses business of election commission.
Rohan Gupta of the Congress party is also with us. Rohan, you must have heard Jitin Jain. Rohan, I want to ask you this question. He says that all political parties, Rohan, all political parties have spread hate, have spread fake news on social media, including platforms like Facebook. In fact, this Wall Street Journal write-up also says that in April of last year, days before voting began in India's general election, Facebook announced it had taken down inauthentic pages tied to Pakistan's military and the Congress party, the BJP's main rival party. Then it also says that it removed all the pages with false news tied to the BJP. Rohan Gupta, you are equally complicit, says Jitin Jain.
See, it is the reason why we are debating here is an article by Wall Street Journal, and it says very specific things. It is not minting, it is not vague on what they are saying. They are naming the Facebook India officials. They are naming the person whose account was flagged as dangerous as per policies of Facebook, and they are also citing Facebook spokesperson saying that yes, Facebook India representatives, they told that yes, if we do not, if we bar this person's account, it can have negative impact as far as our business prospects in India are concerned. So you cannot say these are general allegations. There are very, very specific and very serious allegations on the platforms like Facebook and WhatsApp. Another important thing, Sanket, we are a country where 40 crore people are on WhatsApp, around 28 crore people are on Facebook. So it is the responsibility of these platforms to ensure that the trust of people are not betrayed. Today, every Indian feels betrayed because what they are seeing, it is very serious. Come on, any senior representative of the platform, if he or she has been alleged that because of the business prospects of the company, they are trying to play around with the confidence of the people, I think people are not going to like it. That's why Congress is very clear that based on the allegations which are there in the article given by Wall Street Journal, there should be a JPC. I heard today BJP spokesperson, they are having mixed opinions. Some are supporting Facebook. Some are saying, no, we are also against Facebook.
No, I'll tell you the latest. Rohan Gupta, if you allow me, I'll tell you the latest. The latest is that many members of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on IT, of which Mr. Shashi Tharoor is the head, want him sacked because they feel that he asked for a probe against Facebook without their prior knowledge.
Who has asked?
So you talk about division, there is deep division.
Absolutely not. It is very clear. Congress party stand has been very clear. The ways the serious allegations are there on Facebook India team, there is a need of joint parliamentary probe into this. That's it.
Okay.
There is the ambiguity there. I can see ambiguity in BJP stand. Yesterday they were defending Facebook. All their spokesperson, they were defending Facebook. Today they've thought that no, they are not on right track. They are losing out. That's why they come out with a new narrative today.
Sure.
So we are very, very clear. If BJP also feels that there is something wrong, then we are playing around with the democracy.
Okay, Raghav Chadha, before I come to you,
Chadha,
before I come to you, because there is a Delhi angle also which needs to be discussed. Only very recently we have heard of a Delhi angle also. Before I come to you, Shubhrasta, I want to bring you in. As a person who has seen these campaigns, how would you respond to the write-up, first of all? Because there are a lot of comments that have been made as far as this write-up is concerned, that it does not, in a very credible way, prove the point that it wants to. I have collected a list of all the criticism that came in through the course of the day. The Wall Street Journal has quoted Facebook India employee Ankhi Das as telling staff members that taking action against BJP members will hurt Facebook's India's business prospects. There is no written proof of this claim. This is based on hearsay or accounts of ex-employees. Also, in many places, this article contradicts the point on whether the BJP was favored or not, because the article itself towards the end says that Facebook did take down a lot of pages. Then what's this hullabaloo all about? I want to know your response.
Sanketji, I think for people like us, the hullabaloo really is about the fact that if you open a social media platform, you cannot have editorial policies in place. And if you do have editorial policies in place, then you should be very open to receiving feedback or criticism. It's an ideological war out there for many, and people are going to fight back. It's as simple as that. Now, I agree with Jitin Jain when he mentions that every political party pumps money into Facebook for their campaigns. I've been a part of so many campaigns, so I can tell you that this is something that Aam Aadmi Party, Congress, BJP, non-BJP, independent candidates, all of them do. But the point is,
No, Shubhrasta, Facebook would allow individuals to do the same. I get messages saying boost post. So I can pay Facebook and boost my post.
Yes.
Okay.
So then if you pay Facebook to boost your post, clearly Facebook is in the business of content. When you are in the business of content, then you can't have an ideological bias. And if you do have an ideological bias, then today BJP will call you out, tomorrow the Congress would call you out as something that has really happened. Now, what I am particularly against is the fact that a professional who happens to be a woman today fears for the safety of her body. That is something which is absolutely unacceptable. Whether she supports the BJP or she opposes the BJP is not the question. Also, if there is a hate speech, I think the whole debate started happening after T. Raja's post was really flagged.
Yeah.
But then why is Asaduddin Owaisi still a verified page on Facebook? One can clearly see the bias, Sanket. Now, I have been a part, especially I can tell you Madhya Pradesh's example. There have been extremely, benign posts which had nothing to do with communal elements, which had only to do with development agenda, being taken down by Facebook. Do I then allege that it was the Congress IT cell which sort of propelled into creating that kind of a situation? I won't, because when a Twitter India head comes to to India and goes on to say that he has a clear ideological bias, I think all of us, especially on the non-left of the spectrum, we are prepared for this ideological bias. It's just that we'll continue to call them out, whether it's Facebook or it's BJP, and they will have to listen to it, because an Asaduddin Owaisi who says that give me 15 minutes, remove the police, and 24 crore Muslims will show 100 crore Hindus what they can do. Still, if his Facebook page is verified, still if he continues to be...
Okay, so the point is that every political dispensation, everyone feels that Facebook is biased, right? And then they must be held accountable.
No, Sanket, there is a difference in what I'm saying and what the political parties would say. I'm not getting into, I'm not a BJP spokesperson to tell you what BJP point of view is.
Sure.
As a neutral observer, I can say that a person who gives hate, who does not only give hate speech, reiterates his position, mocking, as if mocking, the entire electorate. I think that's where we have to draw the line. If at all, Facebook gets into the business of editorializing content.
Okay, interesting. Now, Raghav Chadha, yeah, one moment. Before I go back and get a reply, Raghav Chadha has not spoken. Raghav Chadha, would you like to tell us what exactly has happened in the National Capital Region as far as the government of Delhi is concerned? I believe that there was a press release today of the Delhi Legislative Assembly, the Committee on Peace and Harmony. What are the findings? Because you are the chairman of that committee.
Yeah, since I am the chairperson of the Committee on Peace and Harmony, which is a committee set up by the Delhi Legislative Assembly on the instruction of the Speaker of the Delhi Legislative Assembly, I would like to refrain from making any political comments, since all these things witnesses, evidence, etc., will be led before the committee which I chair, and I must be absolutely unbiased and objective in my views, and should not come up with an idea or a preconceived notion until and unless I examine the evidence which is led before me. But yes, ever since this article in the Wall Street Journal was published, my committee, the Delhi Legislative Assembly's Committee on Peace and Harmony, has received several complaints. Those complaints involve allegations against senior officials of Facebook India, including allegations of the Facebook officials being willfully not imposing or their inaction on part of curbing dissemination of hateful communal content on Facebook. Complaints also highlight that certain contents which were reported haven't been taken down by Facebook during the Delhi riots, and an angle of the nexus of certain officials with certain political leaders, certain hate mongers, has also been alleged in the complaints that have been filed before the committee. The committee will now issue notices to several people, including officials of Facebook, including the complainants, including social media experts, people who work in the digital marketing space, etc. Evidence will be led before the committee, and the committee will, of course, after their depositions and evidences, cross-examination, etc., come up with this report.
Okay. Now, on the basis of what has been said, Jitin Jain, I want to come back to you. It seems that everybody alleges that there is something wrong in the way Facebook is operating itself. Many people call it bias. Some say that this is bias towards a political party, and then there are others who feel that this is a bias towards their business. But I think there is a general consensus that Facebook is not living up to the expectations, right? They're not taking down or moving in fast as far as curbing hate speech is concerned. I want to ask you, now, would this be seen, or should this be seen as a deliberate attempt of not taking down hate speeches by Facebook? Thus they being complicit? Or are they just plain incompetent, that they don't even know what is happening on their platform?
Look, it is like this, Sanket. I mean, Facebook may be at fault, but we as a society are equally at fault. We are still living in that colonial hangover where everything what is published in the Western media, by, sorry to say, those white journalists, we take it as a gospel truth and, as a sacrosanct thing. You know, what is the basis of that article? There is one internal email which supposedly is written by Anki Das to say that कि वो बीजेपी का जो MLA है उसको deplatform मत कीजिए, खाली content हटा दीजिए. You know, you take any platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. You know, if there is hate speech or if there is fake news, they take down the content. They don't block the account unless and until the person is a repeated, habitual offender, or he does it repetitively. So deplatforming is the last option. So if and then to accuse that Anki Das did this because she is a BJP member and all those things, I think we love this third class, debates. It happened, I think, in the parliamentary committee hearings when BJP was accusing Twitter of being biased. The Twitter representative which came in the parliamentary committee meeting, they said, "Ye to pregnant lady ko bhej diya." I think what have we become? You accuse and you objectify women, based on their health status instead of supporting her. Now you are saying Anki Das, she may have been a member of ABVP and she's politically biased. दिल पे हाथ रख के बोलो ना. You, me, Sanket, everybody in this country, including the Prime Minister to the Army Chief, everybody does vote for someone. There is inside a political ideology we have, but are we bringing that political ideology or political thinking to our professional work? No.
No, more than ideology. See, any conversation around ideology, welcome. Hate speech, not welcome.
Manish Khanduri, the son of BC Khanduri, who was working for Facebook, he went on to contest on Congress party ticket in the last election.
Yes.
Now, can we accuse him of being a congressman? No, sorry, he was professional at his job. Fighting election was a different
but then
thing.
that too has been made a point by the BJP. By the way, this too has been a point which the BJP has tried to present in its favor.
All political parties,
argument
when it
that
doesn't
Facebook is
suit their
biased.
narrative,
Okay.
they accuse the platforms.
Rohan
Rajiv Khurshid
Gupta,
was targeted because he
Jitin
was a Muslim.
Jain says that today the allegation is that the BJP is quote-unquote abusing the platform. Then there are similar allegations against the Congress party also, that your party has abused the platform. Similar allegations against Aam Aadmi party also, that they have abused this platform. Then we all come back to Shubhrasta's original point. It's a free medium.
See, free media, Sanket, see, it's very thin line between freedom of speech and hate speech, right? countries like India, where they are very sensitive as far as religious issues are concerned, you have to have self-control. Now, BJP has two pillars. One is fake news and second is hate news. After all, who is getting benefited out of these things is BJP. Everybody knows about it. And what we are discussing today is serious allegation on Facebook India officials, top officials of Facebook. We are not talking any general news or any fake news and all. All BJP spokesperson, you can see they are always involved in fake news and hate news. That is the normal story. But today what we are discussing is very, very serious, that a platform where 40 crore Indians are trusting, now can you trust them anymore? If they also work under pressure of government business.
No, but then I find this amusing. Shubrasta, I find this amusing that you have the Congress, BJP, AAP, every political party alleging that Facebook or social media platforms are biased, they do not stop hate, they're not doing enough. And yet, I do not see a call in unison or a very, very sincere and serious effort to pull them up, to hold them accountable. Yes. After all, many countries have done something like this.
For JPC.
No, many.
Yes. For the, I might sound a little offensive to many political parties and their ideologues today, but I remember somebody in a regional media discussion had a very pithy line to say. He said, "आज के ज़माने में विचारधारा सड़क के किनारे फटे कपड़े में बैठी है और स्टूडियो में जो लोग हैं वो बैठ करके पॉलिटिक्स को एक इवेंट मैनेजमेंट की तरह, एक बिजनेस की तरह चला रहे हैं." दिस इज अ pithy comment on all political parties across the aisle. Why I'm saying so is because the Congress gentlemen here, because there's nobody from the BJP to either defend its position or whatever. But let me tell you that a similar narrative can be given by the BJP spokespersons as well. A similar narrative can come from the AAP MLA who is sitting over
so
here.
They're doing that.
To paint oneself as a victim is really, really easy. The
Absolutely.
Point that
everyone is the victim here. Every political party is the victim here, and every political party is the perpetrator. That is the nature of what this argument around social media has become. But thank you so much, Jitin Jain, Shubrasta, Rohan Gupta, as well as Raghav Chadha for joining us on part one of this very, very crucial discussion. I want to now introduce Congress MP Karti Chidambaram, who's now with us. Mr. Chidambaram, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. My first question to you is your comment on the Wall Street Journal story.
See, I mean, it's an independent publication which has come out with its with the story, so it needs to be discussed. I mean, what's the problem? I mean, so let's discuss it. Let's discuss it in the right forum. Let's have an open debate. After all, we are an open society. Facebook is a very powerful medium. There are the Wall Street Journal is an independent news publication. It's made you can call it allegations. It's named certain high-ranking officials of Facebook. It's said that the information flow is not symmetric and it's not a level playing field for everybody to use. So let's have an open debate about it.
No, while you talk about an open debate, the BJP says, look who's talking. Here is a Congress party that has been accused of using the very same platforms during the elections as far as the Cambridge Analytica scandal is concerned. How do you respond to those allegations?
You see, the problem the problem with the BJP is that the minute I say anything, I mean, if I say, human rights are not being respected right now, they'll talk about emergency. If I say that there has been ethnic cleansing in Godhra, they will say what happened in '84. So according to the BJP, who's got the moral right to talk about anything? I mean, everybody's got a past. I mean, obviously, our past is not necessarily perfect. Everybody is, everybody's made errors in government, outside government. So, if nobody has the moral stature to talk about an issue, who has the moral stature to talk about any issue? So, the Congress, maybe the BJP should come up with a list of things which says the Congress should not raise these issues at all. So, we'll also come up with a list of issues saying that the BJP should never raise these issues. So, these issues can be off the table from the Indian debating table. Both these parties can't raise these issues. We can't talk about riots. We can't talk about human rights violations. We can't talk about degradation of institutions. We'll take that all off the table. So what can we talk about?
So Karti, what according to you?
Who can talk about what?
Karthi, what according to you, my last question, is going to be the best way to address this problem? See, there is a problem. All political parties are accusing this platform of abusing or allowing hate speech. What is the best way forward? A joint parliamentary committee or a parliamentary standing committee probe?
I think the parliamentary committee, see, the point is there is a system of parliamentary committees examining issues. I think that is a starting point. The starting point is the parliamentary committee. That is what a committee is there for. And the committee is bipartisan. And it should take this issue up. And it should hear all stakeholders. It should hear people who have written articles, people who have information, direct information about it, people who want to depose and have to have that. We should have a parliamentary committee meeting. That is the first step forward. But why is the BJP getting hot under the collar? I mean, if it's got nothing to do with them, it's a third-party publication about another platform. Why are they getting hot under the collar? They just deal with it.
Why is the BJP getting hot under the collar, says Karthi Chidambaram. Thank you so much, Karthi, for joining us. Let's see if the BJP would want to answer that question. That's a wrap in this edition of Trending Tonight. News continues on the other side. Good night.